Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Fallout Nevada. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today here in Uranium City, or Uranus City, I don't remember exactly the name of the place. And I am sorry to inform you that I didn't quite figure out what to do, well, what I can do with this particular cow, in regards to tricking the worms. I have been looking at an online walkthrough. I haven't really studied and experimented, but from what I've seen, this game features a lot of very railroaded ways of doing things, ways that I've been missing so far a lot of the time. Not a lot of, there's not a whole lot of situations like that, but there were a couple of situations that I saw that the game really wants us to do a specific thing in a very specific way, and while that is very common in RPGs, and also exists more so in Fallout 2 than in Fallout 1, to be honest. It's something that I don't really think I want to do. I will be able to kill the worms eventually, but I don't really know for sure how exactly I can go back to Bishop. Actually, I don't know if it is Bishop. Let's see. Find the missing prospectors from the slums. Let's see over here. To right, that's the one, and tell him about what's going on in here, because, well, there's something that we need to do, and I think it is related to the worms. So we're gonna keep moving, we're gonna keep going, and going to Bridgeport, because that's also a mission that we need to do, and I don't actually know anymore which mission it is. I've been looking at the walkthroughs for a while, and yeah, off camera, of course, and sort of lost track of what's going on. But we do have bikers, and what do you know? Motorcycles work. A peaceful existence of the peaceful existence of the local inhabitants was thoroughly disrupted. A single reason is all that is needed for the real conflict to begin. I guess we're gonna start fighting about who has the best Pokemon in their thing, because that's the real conflict. It's fine. Let's move on and talk to people. The shop has been looted a long time ago. Don't give me that sound. Don't give me that sound. That's not the sound that these make. Anyway, let's see what we have over here. Also, might want to have this. No, I might not, actually. Let's get our lucky charm right there. Fantastic. Now, what is this thing? Can't steal from it. Can't do that. Can I repair? Can I science it up? Why would you do that? Well, to get things. You know, scavenge things. Let's see if we can do anything with our pliers over here. There they are. It's... Sure. Ooh, we might have something over here. There's no one guarding this place. Well, at least, you know, not counting these guys. I want to think they're guarding anything. We've got a small generator. Let's repair it up. Why would you do that? Question mark. The only time in the game where that shows up, it's in this town. And you know why that is? Well, I don't know if... I don't think this mod was done by a single person. So, it might be that a single person did this city. Oh, we got a lot of these little places. We got no, I don't want that. Let's see what we have in here. Do I talk to these people? A biker, probably not, and Dante, or Danto. Hi. Hello. What do you want? You don't look like a farmer. Tell me about yourself. Nah, I'm not a farmer. Sometimes, of course, I have to help with the harvest or at the slaughterhouse. But my main task is to dig through the ruins in search of anything useful. Of course. What else would I expect? I'm also good with arms and a little bit with mechanics. Anyway, my skills are needed in Bridgeport. You've been to different places in the vicinity, right? Anything interesting? Well, there are several places of interest. Uranium City, New Reno, Hawthorne. Surely you already know about them. Tell me about Uranium City. An old mining town in the northwest. Was supported by one of the bosses in New Reno, with the ore being used to fuel the power plant. But something bad happened there, and now Uranium City is dying. Yeah, there's just earth dragons. What about Hawthorne? It It's a military base in the northeast. I once spent a lot of time rummaging in old houses there. Dangerous place. It has always been a little dangerous due to the rodents and robots. Doubly dangerous now because of the prospectors who, before the war, ravaged the army reserves for more than a year. A whole year ravaging the army reserves. Nice. There are always wars between different gangs marauding the place. And it's a good thing I didn't find any when I was there. I suppose they might have all been killed, though, considering the turrets were still there. I don't really know how they would ravage without destroying the turrets. Also, it's interesting, it says he once, not twice or three or many times, once spent a lot of time in there. Probably like half an hour, that's a lot of time. Or 3 hours, that's still once. Anyway, besides the runs and these cities and anything else noteworthy in these parts? What? Besides the ruins, sorry. And in the southeast is a highway, but the nearest village in the direction is a long way off. Particularly desperate caravans are trying to master this trade route and travel between Las Vegas and New Reno, but not many manage to survive the journey. More? South and southwest of the mountains, there is only desert. It's a harsh place. It's impossible to live there, let alone travel. Well, travel is indeed more dangerous than leaving, just staying still, I suppose. Nobody ever even tries anymore because of, agriculture and knowing where there's water and shade and all this sort of stuff. Makes sense. I don't remember a single case of anyone ever making it from the south. Could there be any life beyond the desert? I doubt. You doubt. Don't we all have to doubt? Between us, sorry, I was in my own voice. I asked for more. Between us and the desert in the south, there are some highlands. Sometimes I go there for hunting, but never far in into the mountains. I do not want to meet the local tribe that lives there. Do they have weapons that I might want to steal, basically? Tell me about this tribe. Those savages have almost forgotten how to speak. The entire that's not... You mean how to... Yeah, the language, I suppose. The entire tribe has probably been isolated from the outside world since the days of the Great War, so they have forced to inbreed with their relatives. I also know that they are cannibals. The shaking syndrome and the gnawed human bones in the, that's... Okay, in the parking lots can prove that. The shaking syndrome. I thought that cannibalism led to, well, actually, uncooked human flesh. Is that it? Or I don't actually know. But I thought eating uncooked human flesh led to mad cow's disease. It might be something like that, except not quite the same. Anyway, how do I know? It happened. I saw. A couple of times I even had to fight with them. They fight like animals. But what they do with their clubs and spears against... But what can they do with their clubs and spears against my rifle? Well, they can smack in the face. That's what they do. They're not against the rifle, I guess, because they're not going to smack you in the rifle. That would be weird. Enough about geography. Yes. Better tell me about the bikers. Did I say better? Yes, I did. You better tell me about the bikers, you jerk. I have nothing against their way of life, but they shouldn't impose their laws on ordinary people. We didn't call them here. When there was only a couple of bikers in Bridgeport, it did not create any problems. But now they're starting to push us. A little more, and our lovely town will quickly become a war zone. What do they want here? That's what I have no idea about. I have heard them talking, and they seem to only have a vague idea themselves. They probably smell trouble, they just don't know what. They smell the trouble. And they bring trouble. Are they smelling themselves? Is that what you're saying? Enough about bikers. You better tell me about yourself. You better say bye to me. Let's go with that. Good stuff. Is there anybody back here? I shouldn't... Oh, actually... Well, I do have a scanner, don't I? No, I don't. I thought I did, actually. Huh. No, I'm not gonna bother. The inventory is full enough as it is. Let's see. Bikers? There's just a lot of bikers. And there's dairy. Okay. We got 4 bikers, a dairy, ooh, and a transformer. Street distribution transformer. Whatever you say. I'm not really sure. Ooh, we got these things. It's not common. It's not... Those don't exist in the game. They added that. In the, in Fallout 2, I should say. Let's see. Locked. Not a problem. I couldn't unlock the door. The lock. Oh, this is gonna be a bit of a problem then. Didn't I just say that it wasn't a problem? It is a problem, as it turns out. I probably should save as well, just in case I jam this thing. And what do you know? The moment I save... Oh, got a television in here. Oh, that's not what I want. It's the television... No, we have seen one of these before, haven't we? It's actually called a TV. What? You will need not only your hands, but also your head to examine publications on these shelves. Yeah, usually that's where my eyes are, in the head. With your education, it would be too difficult and utterly boring to dig in such a large quantity of papers. Okay, how about... I suppose this should be an intelligence check rather than a science check, because I think it is a science check. Let's go with a high on science and see what this is all about. Okay, let's bring that up to 50. Oh, there we go. These shelves are completely lined with a variety of pre-war pamphlets and books, as well as the personal records of the last owner. In general, these materials cover the history of Bridgeport. Okay, let's read about pre-war, yes. It was a small town inhabited mainly by two types of citizens, rich families and spa workers. Spa workers? Spa workers. Is that supposed to be a comment on something? Do spa workers enjoy, well, I suppose enjoy probably isn't the right word, but some sort of derogatory status in Russia or something? Do people, is it like what's the word, what's the one that's like in Britain? Hairstylists? Hairdressers, that's the one. Yeah, is it like hairdressers? Because that would be better translated, I think. Rich families and hairdressers. Like, is that what it's supposed to be? Do spa workers, are they... I don't know. I mean, what... That's just so ridiculous. Even with the hairdressers, of course, it's ridiculous, but at least it's more relatable to me. Not that I have anything against hairdressers at all. It's totally fine. Whatever. I'm not dissing on hairdressers. I'm just saying. Anyway, Bridgeport was famous for its mountain resorts, which I suppose were only spa resorts, but still, and rich people there, families actually, not people, including lakes filled with trout and pristine, snowy slopes. I thought trout didn't live in lakes. I thought it was only rivers. I don't know very much about fish, but I might be wrong on that, actually. I don't like fish. A quiet place, almost a paradise. A place for a carefree life. In the snow. I mean, if you're rich, you've got carefree life anywhere. Partly because, you know, you pay whatever, but you're not going to get food in these places. Partly because of this, a number of well-off citizens of Nevada and California made their vacation homes here for various holidays and weekends. Oh, is it a real place? It might be a real place. I mean, because it does sound like a little bit of a real place. Yeah. You know, one of the, like, this situation, it's a little bit tropey, but it works well. You know, if you're looking, this is obviously, we're paraphrasing whatever is written there. This is not what it said in one of the volumes that requires 50 science to read. This is just paraphrasing, of course. So it would be really interesting to put our post-war, clearly, you know, unused to pre-war life citizen or vault citizen, in his shoes here, and just say, apparently before the war, people really liked snow. I don't know what snow is, or something, you know, because there's no snow. That would be interesting, but, you know, it's a missed opportunity, I guess. It's just really weird. Yeah, the spa workers or something. I don't know. I get the impression that it might be a dig at them or something. Anyway. What about the year 2077? Judging from the scraps of information, and again, of course, this is paraphrasing, during the Great War, the village was completely wiped out due to radiation. Let me go back, thank you very much. That's what Fallout does. It's radiation for everyone. That's what it is. Local residents had nowhere to shelter from radiation brought by winds from the destroyed nuclear explosions. What? Okay, they destroyed some nuclear explosions in Los Angeles, and of course the wind, you know, brought things. Does the wind blow east in Los Angeles? I think it might. but otherwise this is a plot hole. Because the wind, the direction of the wind is very important. I think it might actually. But yeah, wind blows, well, not exclusively from west to east or from east to west, but in general it does do that. Like for example, around southern Europe, which is where I live, it blows from west to east normally. But there are of course specific winds that blow from east to west, but they're very localized. I don't think they would be enough to bring radiation from Nevada, not Nevada to Nevada from California, if they indeed blew from east to west. I think at the latitude that Los Angeles is, which is pretty up north, I think it might be already westward or easterly winds, or winds. I don't know how you'd say that though. West winds that come from the west. So it might be that. But if it is a little bit to the south, if it is further down south than southern Europe, then it would already be in the other band, because the sort of more tropical wind band that goes all around the planet. It's kind of an interesting thing, really. But it's depending on latitude. So if it is already in that wind band, it would be from east to west. So there's usually, this is basically, in the North Pole, they go from east to west, and then further down they go to west to east, and then east to west again, and then they do a weird thing in the equator, or equator. What's the word? Equator is a country, and I think it is the same word. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it's still interesting thing. Realizing their doomed situation. They are doomed situation. Many residents had arranged a celebration right on the streets of the city as a farewell to life. That celebration probably comes across as a celebration, but there was just mutinies and just destruction of things. That's, yeah. Choosing to face death with a smile on their face. That's how it comes across in the books, but he really wasn't. My character just doesn't know what happened. So, pre-war history of the settlement. Yeah, post-war history of the settlement. The village has probably been uninhabited since the day when the population was wiped out in 2077. Less than 10 years ago, the first settlers returned life to this village. The refugees from New Reno. Oh, that's right, when the guy was going around killing everyone. Ah, that's cool. And it's cool that it didn't blow things up over here, it just killed them with the radiation. That's fine, that's okay. It's an interesting thing, and I don't know that I like the 300 experience for my investment there. I do enjoy, though, that we got to read that, and I got to nitpick and say boring things. That's my favorite part. What do we have over here? The chest. We have pre-war whiskey. Oh, yeah. So they ravaged the other shop over here, but at somebody's house they didn't. Because, of course, somebody's house was better protected. Can I go in there? Is there no... I don't think there's a... Yeah, there's no way. Okay, let's have a chat with... No, let's not have a chat with Derek. Or whatever his name is. What's his name? Derry. That's one. Or the other one. Dante. Aw, they all start with D. That alliteration. Hello, sir. Mr. Farmer. What do you want? I'm interested in this village. Tell me the history of this place. Well, it's very short and boring. Bridgeport was uninhabited at the time of the war until our family settled here about 6 years ago. Wasn't it 20 that I read? Ah, well. Well, I guess your family. I don't know. We all ran from New Reno when living there became really bad. No, actually, that does change. Ooh. So you were a refugee when they killed... So when they killed the previous dictator. Oh, so they were probably buddies with the dictator. Or whoever he was, I don't remember. Was like a mayor. Wasn't he the mayor? He was the mayor. Anyway, we all ran from Reno when leaving there because really bad. When leaving there became really bad, he says. We decided that the only answer was to move away from people. And I don't know why I just used the dash, but I did. It's okay. We came across this wonderful place and decided to stay. We apparently who wrote this down likes more with a question mark a lot. We repaired the houses, cultivated the crops, even had our own stock, and just start living. Honestly, actually that is a little bit better usage of the dash. Honestly, it's even better than in New Reno. Sorry, in Big Reno. I'm confused sometimes. It's the old age. Even though we sometimes miss the luxuries of the city. Did you have luxuries? Oh, okay. Because that's one of the big driving points. I mentioned it before, but it's one of the big driving points of Fallout 2, in regards to the character and the tension between the tribals and the city folk, is that there's not any difference. It's just, you know, their houses are made of concrete, old concrete, and people who lives in tribes and just are out there don't have concrete houses. They have other things, and of course dressed differently, I guess. But that's one of the things, and apparently they had luxuries. I don't know what kind of well, they should, you know, objectively speaking. Of course, in Fallout 2, it's way after this game takes place. So objectively speaking, they should still have some luxuries in the city, I guess, like piped water, maybe, if they are lucky. I suppose. I don't know, maybe. Well, I guess that's a luxury, right? You don't have them here, though. That's interesting. Well, I guess 60 years of uninhabited city. I don't know why you even came over here, but whatever. It would just destroy everything. Anyway, even though we sometimes miss the luxuries of the city, for example, so far we have not managed to restore the lighting in Bridgeport. See, that is what I was saying. Not water, but lighting. Sometimes we need medication, and our houses just start to deteriorate from time to time. It's almost as if you're playing Stardew Valley, where the things just deteriorate from time to time. Literally, that's how it goes. How do you manage to feed yourselves here? You're just concerned with lighting and medication. At first, we lived on pre-war food stocks, which is interesting, because they were 60-year-old food stocks. What is this, Fallout 3? Which were preserved thanks to the cold climate. That's good, thank you. This is not Fallout 3. That's really nice. I like it a lot. That's very good, yeah. It's all gone now, and the local stores are looted. But in the meantime, we have learned to grow crops and raise Brahmin, even in the cold climate, which is surprising. And also, what cold climate? What? I thought that was the point, that this had snow and now it doesn't because of the war and just... Anyway, sometimes Jacob brings something from the hunt. Everyone is contributing any way they can. Yeah, I think it might not have snow because of constraints or something, but you know, in Fallout New Vegas we do see a snow cabin or something with snow up there. Yeah, it's pretty cold here apparently. Yeah, but fortunately we have Brahmin hides. They provide better protection from the cold than pre-war clothes, and even more so the skins of these giant lizards. Judging from old photographs, there were ski resorts with entire mountains completely covered with snow. The climate has probably changed a lot because we never seen such a large amount of snow in our lives, but instead of the snow, we now have clean water that fills the lakes in which fish are found. In any case, the cold mountains are better than hot deserts of Nevada. That's true, and that's, yeah, sure. Also, I doubt that lizard skin is better protection against cold than cow hide. Just saying, because cow had warm blood, and lizards have cold blood, and so they want the temperature from outside to come inside. The lizards do, and cows, it's the opposite. They don't want the temperature outside to come inside because outside is cold, and lizards just live in, I guess, hot places because otherwise they die and freeze. Not die, I guess. They go to sleep and then die eventually. So are you alone in these parts? I definitely didn't see the bikers outside. Wilderness. We rarely have travelers here. Don't call me wilderness. I have heard of a tribe of savages in the mountains in the south. If you're interested, not the right you're, talk to our prospector Jacob about it. I will talk to Mr. about it. Let's change the subject. You mentioned needing medication. Is someone sick in your community? My daughter needs help. Are you a doctor? It would be a great luck if there were a doctor, or at least a standard first aid kit to help fight the fever. I have some experience as a doctor. Will you allow me to examine the patient? Sure, I'll be glad to help. Okay, I'll take a look later. Interesting. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't select the... That was another line. I didn't read it. If the community needs supplies, then why don't you establish a trade route with other settlements? I thought about it, but we are so far away from major settlements that we can't contact anyone to offer trade. Sometimes we really need to trade, for example, some medicines and equipment. Yeah. If I ever get to the big city, which I suppose is near Reno, I will convey your offer to the caravan drivers. Yes. Really? Good idea. It will make a list. I will make a list of things that we need. We can trade a small amount of food, clean water, and hides. Tell that to the caravan drivers, please. Okay. It's not everything I want to know, though. You said it's some problems with the lightning? Sorry, I said lightning? I said lighting. Lighting, yes. There is no electricity. Jacob tried to run a generator to light the streets and houses, but so far, there haven't been any results. Maybe I can help? That'd be great. Talk to Jacob about it. Now we'll. Oh, okay, so that the other line was probably, yeah, bye. And that one is just go back to the questions. So... yeah. Tell me about the bikers. We didn't call them here. In the past, bikers sometimes came to us, but never so many. They seemed somewhat anxious, as if they are waiting for something. I don't know why. But our family is already rather tired of these guys. It would be better for us all if they leave soon. Okay. And you say your family. I suppose it's you and your daughter. I actually didn't see anybody here. There they are. So he does have a family. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see anyone. But then again, I just came in here and talked to him. And also, we are out of time for the day, so let's see what these people, well, rather, let's see what I can do for these people next episode. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Fallout Nevada. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.